just to remind all the participants here, yes, we still have current promotion with the Yes Education. So remember, we still have a lot of other countries as well. So for those who have applications to all of our study destinations, you still got a chance to collect your points and have a fam tour with us. Also, we still have a current consumer incentive. Please do not forget every paid student application, you're gonna have like incentive, 500K Indonesian rupiah, not USD or Canadian dollar, unfortunately. But it still have a good promotion to any institution of US education. You paid students send us the when their visa is granted, send us the notification, and we're gonna count you in our consular incentive program. So I think without further ado, I'm gonna let Anne present why Loyalist College might be a perfect fit for your students.
Alrighty, thank you, Susan. Good morning to everyone. I hope you're having a good day. And Azada from Loyalist College, your touch go person for Southeast Asia market. Before I go ahead and proceed, let me just give you a quick background why still choose Canada. I know that you've been hearing a lot of negative implication about what's going on in Canada. Some of you might think that Canada is not accepting international students. Nope, we're still pretty much open for international students. The reason of the changes that we currently have, it's because finally our government were able to identify the 5 or 6 fields of studies that we are really lacking. This really helps us to identify what type of students can we let come in Canada and make sure that they'll have the best possible outcome once that they are done studying in Canada, let alone at Loyalist College. Without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen and give you a quick tour. Who's Loyalist College? Why would we want to share Loyalist College as their study destination in Canada? And what is the option that we could provide for international students? Alrighty. You just let me know if you have some questions after my presentation because I will not be able to see the side chat. And if in the event that my facing is a bit faster, you just let me know so that I could slow down, okay? Can you see my screen now? Alrighty. So what you're seeing right now, thank you. What you're seeing right now in your screen is our main campus. Our main campus is located in Belleville, Ontario, and another campus that accepts international students is in Port Hope. Now, the big question is, where is Loyalist College? Loyalist College is perfectly situated on the eastern side of the province of Ontario. We all know that when we talk about Ontario, the first thing comes into our mind is Toronto. Well, it's not only Toronto who's popular in Ontario. The reason why Belleville is one of the most ideal place to an international student. It's because of our location, not only because we're near in Ontario or rather in Toronto, we also shy away from Montreal and Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. On top of it, since that we are off Ontario and Toronto, the affordability is at par. And a shy amount of 900 Canadian dollars, your student or our student lives decently. This includes their housing, food allowances, and even travel pass. Belleville is known for are there we are very welcoming in different types of communities, or we have different types of communities. On top of it, we are also multicultural. In a span of 24 months that I've been working with Loyalist College, I've seen the growth of diversity. We never had a problem within the community, felt our international students felt like they are secluded or they are not welcome. Again, Loyalist College, especially Belleville, is a very close knitted place. Why study at Loyalist College across or amongst other institutions in Canada? By the way, Loyalist College is one of the public institution in Canada who's been in the industry since 1967. Let's talk about academics. When we say academics, let me just give you a quick background. We are now offering certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, and also postgraduate certificate and diplomas for our program guide. The good thing about these programs, they are eligible for PGWP. PGWP stands for Post Graduation Work Permit, or this allows international students to stay longer legally with work rights. For example, if they take a certificate program for personal support worker, this is for 1 year, which means 8 months of studies, then 1 year PGWP, meaning to say they could stay up to 2 years in Canada. Now let's talk about Career Center. We all know that international students are now allowed to work 24 hours a day, rather a week during study period. And during holiday, it's about 40 hours. Career Center works as their one-stop shop. So in the event that they're having some challenges working on their CV or biodata, we will be working on it for free. We work for free in terms of converting their CV to Canadian format, which will help them a lot. Another thing is we do a practice or mock interview. We also have career fairs. And lastly, we put their CVs on our job bank, which where employers get communicated and endorse some of employees coming from Loyalist College. The good thing about Loyalist College is we do give the opportunity for them to stay on campus. Yes, you heard it right. We do have a housing option. It's about 5 to 3 minutes away at the back of the college in a shy amount of 450 Canadian dollars. They'll be able to enjoy all those facilities that we have. Please mind you that this would be a shared accommodation, although it we separated the girls over boys, but then again, this is complete facilities. You have your own kitchenette, you have your private room, you have your own tables and whatnot. Now, we are working with your academics. We'll let you help. We are helping you rather to get a part-time job because of the career center. We make sure that we have housing option for our students. Now, let's talk about the facilities that we have. We have gymnasium. We also have our own library, our computer room, and the best part of it, which is my favorite, I would say, spot in the college is our Shark Tank pub. So what is it? It is a pub that students could hang around, located at the bottom of the college or on the basement side of the college. I do have a video that shows most of the facilities that we have on the latter part of this training session. Also, I want to highlight that at Loyalist College, we make sure that our students is at par, not only academically, but also in terms of their health and wellness. We are giving them the opportunity to maximize the clinics that we have. We have mental health consultation if they feel like they are anxious about things. They have someone to talk to, a professional person that could definitely understand their feelings and they could give out suggestions on how to take care of it because we all know mental health right now is very much important. Again, these are just some of the reasons why would we want to promote Loyalist College as as their study destination in Canada. Let me be just a quick facts about Loyalist College. Technically, we do have 4,000 domestic and international students coming from 30 different nationalities, and they're growing. Proud to say that we were able to get 92.3% of our alumni who came from 2020 to 2021, and they were able to get employment within 6 months in Belleville. And because of the way we produce students, if I may say. We still have 100% employer satisfaction rate, which is very good, and we're still part of Canada's top 50 research college across the nation. Now let's talk about the programs. I know that this is one of the most important thing that we should have a little bit of knowledge on promoting Loyalist College. We are now more focused in health sciences and human services. For certificate program, or this is for 1 year program, we have pre-health sciences pathway to advanced diploma and degrees. So who would be the ideal student? The ideal student will always be someone who has lacking in terms of sciences or math in per se, or looking or leaning towards to take personal support worker. So I'll be more than happy to discuss it further. If you want to have a private conversation, just let me know. Another program that is very popular for Loyalist College is personal support worker. If we're talking about diploma programs or in the fields of teaching, or you wanted to become a teaching assistant, or your student wanted to become a bit of youth and childcare, we do offer 2 years program. Their options will always be early childhood education, child and youth care, developmental service worker, social service worker, fitness and health promotion. Another new program for us is pharmacy technician and OT PT, which is for diploma program. If they want to take it further, or this is not, they are interested in a different fields of health sciences, why not try advanced diploma in massage therapy and acupuncture? This is for 3 years. But if we do have some bachelor's degree holder here in terms of nursing, I would highly recommend for them to take care of vulnerable population, just because this includes palliative care and gerontology. Please note that personal support worker and care of vulnerable population needs to get different IELTS score. We'll talk about it more in the later slide. We also offer technology, a bit of business, and creative arts. For postgraduate programs, please do take note the eligibility requirements in terms of academics. They need to have at least bachelor's degree holder. We offer artificial intelligence and data science, advanced filmmaking, supply chain, global logistics, cyber security. The good thing about cybersecurity is we do have a co-op included in this program. When we say co-op, it means a paid internship. If in the event that we do have a straight K to 12 graduates, or SMA or even SMK graduates, I highly recommend computer system technician in terms of diploma program. For advanced diploma, again, this is for 3 years, we offer graphic design. Canada entirely needs skilled worker in the labor market. This is the best program that we could offer if you do have students who has a background in terms of skilled trades. We still offer certificate programs for carpentry and renovation techniques, heating, refrigeration, welding techniques, and even mechanical techniques. For diploma program, in terms of engineering technology, we still have biotechnology, construction engineering technician, electrical engineering technician inside of industrial, and welding technician. As mentioned, this is a 2 year program. Here are the straightforward admission requirements. Please to take note, for passport, make sure the validity is up to par. Of course, we still need to get the copies of their TOR or transcript of records, diploma, proof of English proficiency. Really depends which type of EPE or English proficiency exam they'll be taking. But if it's about IELTS, if it's certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma, we need at least a 6.0. We also accept Duolingo per se. That is 105. But if it's a postgraduate program, it needs to be 115. If it's PTE, okay, Pearson Test of English, if it's certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, at least 54 overall. If it's a postgraduate, then it's a bit of a higher point, which is 60. You can take a screenshot, or I could just give you the copy of this slide for your reference. This is one of my favorite part of this presentation is it's about the tuition fee, of course. As mentioned earlier, Loyalist College is one of the most affordable colleges across Ontario. Here's why. In a shy amount of 17,000 Canadian dollars, this is your student's tuition fee for 1 year. This includes their material fees and health insurance. At what are you seeing right now in your screen on the right hand side is our process. Time frame really varies. What do I mean by that? If your student submitted completed documentation, okay, and you guys submitted to Yes Education, I don't know about the time frame, but I know that they're on point. Yes Education then will send it back to us. You just have to give us 3 business days to review everything for your student to receive a LOA, or letter of acceptance. We don't issue LOO, it's directly letter of acceptance. In that letter of acceptance, you'll see 2 types of due date. First off is the due for the tuition fee deposit of 2,600 Canadian dollars. Once that we receive the receipt of the payment, then we will be releasing the attestation letter. But please do take note that for your student to lodge their visa, it is really necessarily to fulfill the first SEM tuition fee. Again, initial deposit is at 2,600 Canadian dollars, but after 2 weeks, they need to fulfill the first semester full fee, which is about 8,600 more, or depending on the program. This is just a little bit of price comparison. Why do you always say that Loyalist College is one of the most affordable school in Ontario across others? If we were talking about near Toronto or Toronto area, these are the prices. And look at the price difference. Total cost per academic year, it's just about 22,000 Canadian dollars. But please do take note, this includes transportation pass for 1 year. Everything is for 1 year, okay? And even your residence. If you live in Toronto, or if your student chooses to stay in Toronto, of course, it would be higher, about 7,000 more. Look at the price difference in terms of residence. It's 11,000, 9,000, and 6,000. You could save up to 7,000 Canadian dollars if you choose to stay or study at Loyalist College. Let's talk about benefits. Of course, aside from the good academics, facilities, welcoming community, as an international students at Loyalist College, they are entitled to get at least 1,000 Canadian dollars as a bursary. So this would be applicable once they arrive in Loyalist College, where whichever intake they'll be joining, and they'll be receiving a letter that they are um, being awarded a 1,000 Canadian dollars. On top of it, we still offer free airport pickup, plus, but please be mindful, this is in Pearson International Airport. The taxi fare from Pearson International Airport up to Belleville, which is our location, is about 250 Canadian dollars to 300 Canadian dollars. And lastly, they could also have a 3 days free hotel accommodation for new students. So a total of, let's say, about 2,800 Canadian dollars as additional benefit being a Loyalist College student is up for grabs. And if you notice, there's no GPA requirements in such, all you have to do is to become an international student at Loyalist College.
Hello everyone, my name is Osh.
So this would be the last part of my presentation. I want you to meet five of our international students who works for us. Yes, you heard it right. At Loyalist College, we are encouraging our international student and even domestic students to be part of our small community. I always call them the elite team. Imagine while you are studying, you could also work part time off campus and on campus. It's not always an additional funding, but it's the experience and the exposure that we offer for them. You'll meet Ocean, Roya. I also have Olu. I have Vanessa and Hayden. They'll give you a quick tour and reasons why students should choose Loyalist College.
And this is why students are choosing Loyalist College. Let's see.
My name is Riya Shfai. I'm from Afghanistan. I'm an international student at Loyalist College. I really love study at Loyalist College. It's like my second home, and I feel very good in here.
Hi, my name is Hayden Smith. I'm a student at Loyalist College. I work here in the SAL and also the failsafe. My main job here is to help students with printing, and I also take classes here in mechatronics.
Hi, my name is Takio. I'm coursing computer system technician at Loyalist College. Studying at Loyalist College, it was a unique experience. I could highlight too many points in its favor, such as the level of the teachers, the diversity of the course, or the resources that they have to support students.
Hi, my name is Olurotimi Ojagwa. I'm a year one nursing student here in Loyalist College. I started this course since last year and it's a BSc course. And as I finish, I'm going to be a full-fledged nurse. In Loyalist College, it's one of the best colleges in Ontario here where you get full practical knowledge of nursing. I want you to be in this school. This is the best school for you. Thank you.
I'm all set to fly into the next chapter of my life. And Loyalist College, I'm gonna miss you.
I really like the school. Loyalist has been a really good experience for me. It's been super diverse, and I really like the community around it. And the professors and everyone who works here have been great to me.
Diversity of activities to increase your potential. I really love to study here because I could know what can I do and what I want to do in the future.
I really appreciate it from Loyalist College for supportive and environment in here.
We hope you enjoy this video. And remember, വലിയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാൻ ചെറുതിൽ നിന്ന് തുടങ്ങാം.
به شما قدرت انجام دادن کارهای بزرگ را می‌دهد.
Las pequeñas cosas te dan el poder de hacer grandes cosas.
Small gives us the power to do big things.
There you have it. There again, as mentioned, there are just five out of 227 domestic and international students who were able to hire being part of that elite team. We call them Loyalist Life Ambassador. Bottom line is, I know that there are a lot of colleges across Ontario, let alone in Canada. But we want to make sure that we give hands-on learning to the students. A small size classroom really makes a difference. We know our student by name, not by number, and they could always have our back in terms of if they needed help. I'll stop my presentation now and give back the floor to Susan. If you have some questions, this is the best time for you to jot it down or you can raise up your hands. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, and for a very straightforward presentation. So it's actually very clear to us what to highlight about Loyalist College as well. For the participants here, you can start to type your questions in the Q&A box. Just feel free to type and write it if you have any questions. Meanwhile, I already have a. Okay, so the first one is about Duolingo. Duolingo is accepted for all programs, or do we have to double check?
No, this is acceptable with all of the programs, even if it's in personal support worker or even if it's the care of vulnerable population. So again, for Duolingo, 115 if it's about certificate, diploma, and for postgraduate programs, we need to have at least 115 or up.
Okay. Thank you. Another question regarding the English requirement is, does your institution offer an English placement test? Or do you accept IELTS with include one skill retake option?
Okay. If they already take the IELTS, that's good as long as you meet the band. I don't know if I understand the question correctly, but if the question lies about, do we offer English pathway directly to our college or coming from our college? Nope. We partner with ILAC.
Okay, thank you. And I think you can see the another question, right?
Yeah. Next question is there any
You see it in
maximum?
the
Yeah.
Q&A box.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, so about the age.
Age. Okay. So is there any maximum age for a student? And if the student has any gap in between their studies, will it be a problem? Okay, that's a good question. We don't have an age limit. This is me being straightforward. One of my matured student is about 47 years old and we don't have any challenges. She gets her approval. Another thing is, and if a student has any gap between their studies, will it be a problem? Now, the way we answered it in our side is, what's the reason of the study gap? We do check why it takes you so long to take another program and whatnot. So if the reason is they just work, all you have to do is to provide us the CV and then, of course, the employment certificate so that it could be matching. If in the event the reason why they have a study gap, it's because they just want to have personal breaks and whatnot, it doesn't matter as long as you give us the full context. In the rarest occasion, we might ask your student to have a letter, but it's not often. I mean, in a nutshell, as long as you
Okay,
could justify
so
the reason, that's okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
okay, so if just from your experience, how old is like to have a good study progress and loyalist?
The matured one that I have last September, which is fall 2024, is 47. The thing with Loyalist College is we don't really look or check very strictly at the age. What we are really looking for is if the program is really matched with the student. And how do we do it? How do we profile the student? For example, a student used to be a business owner. So she finishes bachelor's in marketing or whatnot. Anything has to do with business program. Let's say in the Philippines. Then out of the blue, she wanted to become a personal support worker or take personal support worker just because she saw in the news that there's a high chance rate of being a PR. Now, the deliberation part in our side will always be, what's the academic requirement? Did she meet the academic requirement? Definitely not. Because there's no major, if you're taking business program, I don't think that you'll have a healthcare unit. So we will turn that down. How about work experience? Let's say this student doesn't have any healthcare program. So meaning to say, with all these facts, we'll not be able to accommodate her in personal support worker because she didn't meet the criteria. However, we could offer um, the pathway, which is the certificate program. And once that she's done with it, she could do personal support worker. So we do have some criterias. It's not strict, but we just want to be fair, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you. So I think we can move forward to the other questions. It's
Okay.
like, say,
Say if we have a mature student, graduated
the
bachelor,
agent have a mature
mm-hmm, wants a diploma, based on your experience, how is the visa will be? Oh, very tough question. Okay, let me be very straightforward that I am not a licensed RCIC. This is what I know. How do we make a strong application? Okay. To make a strong application in terms of visa approval, we have to make sure that we provide all documentation needed. In the Philippines, the approval rate is about 50% or so. Used to be higher. Now, the common refusal ground, if I may say, will always be the social economic ties and proof of funds. It's the generic refusal note. So, to answer your question, it really depends on how strong the application is, because no matter how good the statement of purpose is, it's really on the hands of the immigration officer. But as of the moment, we still have a higher, I would say, acceptance rate and approval rate in Ontario. All right. Next question. What is favorite program at Loyalist College? Oh, this is very tough. If we're talking about in Philippines, we are very focused on healthcare and global logistics for some reason. If I go to Vietnam, it's more of business and technology. So really depends on what type of student we have. This is the conversation that I have with Susan earlier. I was asking if your students are leaning towards to higher education or if it's in vet programs. I always believe that Indonesian students deserve more, just like Filipino students or other international students. So the field of studies that we offer is really big, so it really depends with the students. Susan, I want to take this opportunity to ask this question. Is Surabaya in particular more on healthcare or business related program? All right. Do you help student to find part-time? Okay, business. All right. Thank you. Um, why you for answering the question. Do you help students finding a part-time job? What we do is we do have we recommend them what are the companies looking for employees. Next, we also have job caravans to ensure that we meet the expectation in terms of the employer side. So to answer your question directly, although it is the student's responsibility to look for a job, we always do recommendation. Another question. Do you accept students with visa refusal history? The answer is yes. We really don't mind if, of course, let me rephrase that. If the reason for refusal it's because um they make some magic in terms of their documents, then it would be a no. But regular refusal, the answer is yes. Again, it's really about it's not the student's fault if they got a refusal. Sometimes it really happens. It's beyond our control, right? So the answer is yes. I appreciate the questions that we have here. Very active agents. I hope to meet you all when I visit Indonesia someday.
Yes, thank you, and for answering the questions. And I still have questions. Does Loyalist College accept students that are going
Sorry, I didn't catch that. If we accept what?
Okay. Does Loyalist College accept students if they are going to with the family?
Okay. So let me clear that. So if they are trying to travel with their kids below 18 years old, of course, we accept that type of students or that kind of client. But if they're traveling with the whole family and the intention is to have an OWP, that would be a challenge because it's only the master's degree who allows to have that kind of privilege. But what we counter offer, and this really works good here in the Philippines, is since that we have affordable tuition fee, why not both of you study? Your husband could or your wife could always come to Canada, but as a visitor. But if they are looking to be working full time or to work full time, then the answer is no. Kids are still allowed. We never stop Canada rather never took away that privilege for international students to bring their kids and experience the good life in Canada. But to answer your question, if you're looking for an OWP, you need to take master's degree or bachelor's program in the certain fields.
Okay. Thank you. That's very clear.
All right.
And with the recent changes, could you share us like the most number of international student is from which nationalities?
Okay. Since this is just for my perspective, since I'm handling Southeast Asia, of course, my strong point will always be Filipino students. When I started 24 months back, when I visited Loyalist College, I was looking for a Filipino student, and it was a bit of a challenge because this would be the first time for them to have a recruitment partner in Southeast Asia. So I only meet about 12. Believe me when I say that. It's about 12 during that time. And now it's doubling up. It's more than doubled when I joined. If we're looking for other nationalities, this is me being straightforward. This is me setting expectation. We still have some South Indians. About 40% of our international students community are South Indians. We also have Latin America. We also have someone from Israel. Very diverse community. Oh, I saw a question. Do you have organizations or communities activities for the students to join outside their academics, such as extracurricular activities? Yes, definitely. Almost every week, we have some activities for our students just to make sure that they are not overburned out in terms of their academics. I know how hard it is to become an international student. You are always worrying about your grades, your upcoming exams, and stuff like that. To balance it out, we want to make sure that they have, extracurricular activities. On top of it, we do have active organizations and some sports that they could be a part of. I like that question. Thank you for answer giving me that question.
Okay. Thank you. And for everyone who has prospective students, feel free to reach out to us. If you want to have support in counseling the students, please do remember that. And it's based in Philippines, which is only 1 hour shy away from Jakarta time. So we don't have that much time difference. If you need support, feel free to let us know and we will help to.
Yep. Thank you, Susan, for the opportunity to meet these wonderful people. I like all the questions. They're very interactive. Just like what Susan said, if in the event that you have some questions or you want me to be part of your webinar and whatnot, I'll make sure to clear out my schedule and work with you guys. In the event that you have um, additional information needed, you could always visit my Facebook page. I'm the one who's taking care of it. It's Loyalist College Southeast Asia. Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. So I think just one last question. Is there any application?
Of course, as a good partner, I'll always waive the application for you guys. And I can always prioritize your application. Just let me know that you submitted it so I can personally work on it.
Okay, so thank you very much. And I think that actually concludes all of our questions and our session today. I'm so grateful for the time and for the experience for all of us. And thank you everyone to join our webinar. And after this, I'm gonna spread materials or PowerPoint presentation to review the training again. So thank you and see you next time.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Terima kasih. Bye-bye. Thank
Sama-sama.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.